Hello students, a very good morning to all of you. In last video we have learned who will be Ningthou from unit 10 and some part of reading and explanation we have completed, right? That king and queen, they had 3 sons and 1 daughter, and that king just wanted to select his son as a next king. So he has arranged one contest and they have to reach to the finishing line. But finally, when that competition they have started, after finishing that competition, all the 3 brothers, all the 3 sons of that king and queen, they reach at the finishing line at the same time. Up to this we have already discussed in the last video, right? Now next, there was great excitement. Look at them. The people shouted. People were shouting. Segol Thumbanupa, such fine horsemen. But one question remained. Who would be the Tungi Ningthou? That means who will be the next king of this kingdom? The Ningthou and Lima turned to their sons. The Ningthou said, Sanjoba, Sanainma and Santomba, you have proved that you are fine horsemen. All 3 were best horsemen. Do something different, each one of you, so that we can decide who will be the Tungi Ningthou. So king is telling to that his 3 sons, that you all are best in horse riding, right? But do something different, so from that we can select one of you as a next king. Suddenly, Sanajaba mounted his horse and held his spear straight in front of him. He looked around. There was a hush among people. What is Sanajaba, the eldest, going to do? All were curious. All the people were curious. What he is going to do? That eldest son was just standing with the spear. So what he is going to do? They thought to themselves. The people, those who were standing there, they were thinking themselves. Sanajaba then looked at the huge Kongnang standing majestically in the distance. So here all the people, they were standing at some distance. He pierced the tree and jumped his horse right through it. One tree was there and he has just pierced. That means he just go through from that tree. Bravo, bravo, the people shouted. Thorough, thorough, and then they felt silent. So all the people, they were appreciating this son, that eldest son. Now it was the turn of the second son, Sanaima. What would he do? Sanaima too looked at the Kongang as he mounted his horse. Then he too rode towards the tree, harder and harder. The people watched in silence, afraid even to breathe. All were very curious, all were keeping their mouth shut and just observing what they are doing. First, eldest son came, then younger than that son, that means middle one. That son came and all the people, they were just observing that what he is doing. When he was really close, he urged his horse to jump higher and higher. The horse roused until horse and rider jumped clear over the huge tree and landed on the other side in a wonderful motion. So from here, that horse along with the rider jumped, and on other side he has just landed. The people breathed in relief and said in unison, "Pajay, Pajay." That means wonderful, wonderful. And now it was the turn of the youngest one, Sanatomba. He too rode his horse towards the Konung, and before anybody knew what was happening, uprooted it. Triumphantly, he carried the tree to Ningthou and Lima and laid it at their feet. So, youngest son, what he has done? Just he has uprooted, that means nikal diya, and then he has kept that tree in front of that king and queen's feet. Shouts of "Tharo, Tharo, Feji, Feji" filled the mountains. That means great work it is done by that youngest son. The people grew restless. Why were the Ningthou and the Lima taking so long to make the announcement? They craned their necks to see what was happening. Now all the people of the kingdom, they have already decided that who will be the king. So they were thinking that why this king and queen just keeping delay, why they are not announcing the name of the next king. The Ningthou and Lima were watching Sanatombi, their 5-year-old daughter. She looked sad and lonely. She stared at the konung which lay dead by the thorn. Birds flapped worriedly around, searching for their homes in the tree. The tree was cut by this sun. So now the birds, those who were living in that tree, now they are searching another home for them. Sanatombi walked up to the konung and whispered, "The konung is dead. It was hurt by the spear and now it is dead. Because of spear that was cut and now it is dead." The people were all attention. The Ningthou stood up. He looked up the 3 boys. He looked at the little girl. He turned to the people. If anybody is worthy of becoming the ruler, he said, it is little Sanatombi. It is little Sanatombi. It was she who told us to look at the soul of konung. Sanatombi feels the pain of others. She feels the pain of the people, the animals, the birds, and the trees. I declare Sanatombi the future Lima of Kanglipak. The Ningthou said. A silence fell. Everyone turned to look at the little girl, their future queen. There she stood, all of 5, like a small konung with birds flying all around her. They sat on her shoulders and on her head. She held out her hands full of grains, and the birds flapped about her, pecking at the food. A Lima is one who doesn't hurt anybody in the kingdom. So she's standing, and in her hand she has kept grain so birds can come and eat the grains. So she is ready to help, and she don't want to harm any other person. So Lima, that is the person who doesn't hurt anybody in the kingdom, the queen, right? And this lesson, it is written by Indira Mukherjee. I hope that up to this you have understood. So do reading practice more and more, and exercise we will see in the next video. Till then, thank you. Have a nice day.